Morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome on board of our tourist bus. Today, during our excursion, you will get acquainted with our city, its places of interest and history, which goes back 2,200 years. Tashkent occupies 340 square meters and takes the third place in CIS after Moscow, St. Petersburg and Kiev. It is a multinational city with a population 3 million people. After joining Russia in 1865, Tashkent was divided into two parts, the European, the area where we are now, and the Muslim part. You'll see the beauty of its monuments later. On the left, in the center of Amir Timur Square, there is a monument to Amir Timur, created by Khan Jabbar. The empire of Amir Timur was huge. It included the whole territory of Central Asia, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq and Turkey. Amir Timur committed 18 campaigns and won all of them. On the right, there is a modern building constructed in the shape of Amir Timur's crown. It is a state museum. Its exposition is devoted to the history of Timur's dynasty. On the right side, we're passing two buildings of the 19th century, where the classical schools for boys and for girls were situated. Here, in 1920, we started by name, refers to the history of Central Asia, State University was opened up. In front of you, on the right side, you can see a clock tower constructed in Koch style. During its almost century history, the clock stopped only once, on April 26, 5:23 p.m., 1966, when they showed the exact time of Tashkent earthquake. The next building on the right is a palace of forums with 800 seats, for international symposiums, conferences, congresses and festivals. The next building is Uzbekistan Hotel, erected the shape of an open book in 1977 for 50 years anniversary of Uzbek Republic. The square of Amir Timur is a center of star-striped system of the European part of the city. Here, the first Russian street in Tashkent began. Before the revolution, it was called Bagirna, Camp Avenue, or Live Street, as it was called among townspeople. The street led to the mountains where General Chernyaev built camps for acclimatization of members of Tsar army. The second building on the right also belonged to the 19th century. Now there are banks. Before Turkestan joined the Russian Empire, all buildings in the city were one story. Those two buildings and two buildings of university were the first two-story buildings in Tashkent. Now we are moving out to the streets of Amir Timur. If our bus is moving 30 minutes more in this direction, we will get to Kazakhstan, as Tashkent borders with its great neighbor on the north. On the left, you can see Tashkent Law Institute and District House of Officers, then City Palace and Window. Now we're crossing the avenue, which is named after the Ladisher Naboi, way Alai Bazaar, one of the earliest Tashkent bazaars, is on the right side. There you can buy fresh fruit and vegetables, melons, dry fruit, different spices, mostly flat bread, etc. The bazaar exists here for more than 8 centuries. The history of Alai Bazaar goes back to the ancient time of the Great Silk Road. The name Alai comes from Alai Mountains, where fruits and vegetables were grown, and since the 12th century were brought by traders to Tashkent for sale. After the independence was declared, on the initiative of our president, small and medium businesses started developing. On the right and on the left you can see different boutiques, cafes and restaurants, which appeared here due to this policy. Tashkent Financial Institute is on the right. The government pays a great attention to the development of education system of the Republic. Now, there are 24 universities and 40 institutes in the Republic. Thirty-two of them are in Tashkent, and again, on both sides of the road you'll see boutiques, cafes and restaurants. hotel, there are two parks: Children's Entertainment Park, Tashkent Land, and Aqua Park. Which is almost 800 years old. On your right, you can see two blue domes of the Museum of Memory of Repression Victims, which has an exposition of documents, materials and pictures testifying about those times. The museum was opened in 2000. The museum is in a part of Shahidlar Khotirasi Memorial Complex, the place where executions of wrongfully convicted people were committed. The memorial was opened on the May 12, 2000. Great scientists, poets, writers, playwrights, composers, musicians, public officials, and simple people were among the victims. In 1920 to 1940, only in Uzbekistan, 100,000 people were repressed. Among them, 13,000 people were executed. In the center of the memorial complex, there is a rotunda with a gravestone or a bed of honor of repression victims of Stalin's times. This is our first stop. We may take pictures and videos and return to the bus in 15 minutes. Let us continue our excursion. Now we are passing a bridge. Under this bridge, the first railway was built in the end of 19th century. It connected Turkestan with Russian Empire. Opposite, you can see a TV tower. It is 375 meters high. It is a ninth in the world and is unique as is built in 9 seismic zones. highest point of the city, 408 meters above the sea level. To compare, Uzbekistan Hotel is at the altitude 430 meters above the sea level. It is the highest place in the city, and the temperature in summer is 5 to 7 degrees lower than near Uzbekistan Hotel. On the left, in the TV tower, you can see sports buildings for different international competitions. Our government pays great attention to develop sport in our country. Now we are passing through the heart of the city, where we still can see old-time one-story houses. People here still live on Mahala principle. Before Mahala was a union of people joining with one crowd. Now Mahala joins people who live on the same territory for a long time. Every Mahala must have one mosque with a minaret, a choykhana, tea house, and bath house. Aksakals respected all people of Mahala, passed all good and rich traditions to young people. Choykhana is a favorite place for leisure of inhabitants of Mahala. In the past, it was not only the place for drinking tea, but also the center of social life. Here, you could hear the latest news and discuss them with friends. Many years ago, choykhanas were situated in caravanserais and were very common to all hotels, providing extra service, meals, and tea. Here, locals met travelers, merchants, and scientists and learned about the life in other countries. Here papers were signed and trade deals were made. Women were not allowed to visit Choykhana. In Central Asia, still Choykhana is the most visited place after mosque. Both Choykhana and mosque were built in the most crowded places, for example, near bazaars. One of the most wonderful traditions created by Mahala is Hashar. Hashar is a unique tradition of Uzbekistan and the world East in general. It means voluntary help to a neighbor, relative, colleague, or any other close person. Inhabitants of Mahala are invited to Hashar to solve a problem altogether. Hashar exists in Uzbekistan since prehistoric times and became a part of Uzbek culture. Due to friendliness and unselfishness, Hashar is still a part of Uzbek lifestyle. We continue our trip and on the left side see pavilions of Uz Expo Center. We're approaching to Anhor Canal, one of the 8 man-made canals of the city. Their water sports trainings. Along canals, there are streets with cafes, restaurants, and choykhanas. It is a favorite place for leisure of local people. Pay attention on the new mosque, which is called Minar. Minar means a minaret. For a long time in this area, there was only one minaret. That is why the mosque and the cemetery behind are called Minar. The mosque was opened on the 1st of October 2014, on the eve of Holy Muslim holiday Qurban Eid. It is designed for double cube broken into times. It had different names: Shash, Church, and Camp. The name Tashkent appeared only in the 11th century. Tashkent means stone town. It was called so because the character of its citizens would never open their gates in front of conquerors. In the end of the 6th century, Tashkent was a part of Turkic Khanate. Turks were the language to local people, and that's why, after joining Russia, this region was called Turkestan. That means a place where people speak Turkish, Uzbeks, Kazakhs, Turkmens, Kyrgyz. Only Tajiks living in Central Asia speak Indo-European language, Tajik. On the left, the Blue Dome is a building of Tashkent Circus, designed for 2,700 seats. It is the largest circus in Central Asia. In the 8th century, Arabs come here and bring new religion, Islam. This religion replaces religions of local people: Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, Christianity, Nestorians, and Judaism. For 3 centuries, 8 to 11 centuries, locals received new religion. Only after the 11th century, population becomes Muslim. In the 13th century, Genghis Khan army invades Central Asia and destroys the city. In the 14th, 16th century, the city is included in the Timuride Empire.
ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ.
First president of Uzbekistan, Islom Karimov.
It is a stream of architectural contrasts. Buildings made from individual projects, such as Umyatkovo metro station, are on the left side, and high administrative buildings are on the right side, designed according to typical projects. For example, Tashkent State University of Economics. Then, on both sides of the road, you can see State Customs Community Academy under the President of Republic of Uzbekistan.